Up next, we're going Big Uncle Gibbick.
Right, Baxter?
Coming up next on Super Yoopers, Sibley Brothers Outdoors, a celebration of great ice fishing. Guy and Joe Sibley show you how to catch the big uns and have a darn good time, all while staring at a hole in the ice. There are many ways to be a successful ice angler, and Guy, Mr. Free Sibley, shares time-tested techniques that can work for you. Yup, many ways to limit out, from a snowmobile to, would you believe, a dog sled. What's better than fresh fish? Guy and Joe cook what you catch, so get ready for some good eating. And we'll preview a one-of-a-kind deer hunt deep into the backlands of the other Dakota, the one south of North. It's a land of stark beauty. And you'll discover why South Dakota is much more than the cackle of the wily ringneck. Ready, set, you bet! Super Yooper starts right now!
It is a slob. The Yoopers strike again.
The premier lake for giant panfish is right in our backyard, so let's go Gibbick.
Right.
So we're gonna go chase giant crappies and perch. They're mixed in together, and it doesn't get much more fun than that.
No, there's some nice crappies in that lake too that people probably aren't aware of.
Legit 2-pound perch, and we had some crappies that were 2.4, 2.5. Those are nice crappies.
Slabs.
16 inches plus. Go Gibbick, there's a lot of opportunities to catch giant perch, big crappies. It's probably one of the premier panfish lakes in the United States.
Yeah. Some of the, well, obviously the perch, which you're known for catching giants, and then now you figured out the crappies.
Right, and they were always in there. It's just figuring out the bite. We got it pretty dialed in last year, and had some amazing success. So
Had a great day out there. Beautiful, beautiful weather. It was like 50 degrees out, and
yeah, and when you can have days like that, that's special. I mean, when you can fish in a t-shirt and pound big fish, and you're left all alone, like we were. I mean, we didn't see anybody that day. So no. I mean, it's a pretty amazing place. It's pretty desolate. Not a lot of traffic, so I mean, a great place to get away.
Fun times.
And in winter, the fun times start on the ice, on frozen Lake Gogebic. To those in the know, Lake Gogebic is the heart and soul of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Not really sure. Oh, feels pretty good.
Looks like it's
hard to tell with these light rods.
Pretty good.
JT snare rod doing its job. We're targeting giant crappies, and that's what it is.
Oh,
it is a slob.
good job.
They're just been beast. That is a beautiful fish.
Absolutely.
And when it comes to ice angling, the phrase "go big on Gogebic" rings true for the Super Yoopers.
Well, there've been some super tankers too. These fish have been huge. I mean, just giant. These are some of the biggest crappies. I've traveled all over the United States and Canada, and these crappies are right there with them. They are extremely large crappies.
Feels like a decent one here. Yeah.
Well, we've definitely had some superstars this today and the last few days.
You just feel I'm pounding it.
This is a JT snare rod, so it's kind of a cool way to fish. We're just out here by ourselves. We don't have anyone around us even. I haven't seen them yet.
I haven't seen them yet.
I have been getting a bunch of walleyes mixed in too, but we'll see what it is. Oh, it's a giant. That's a couple pound crappie for sure.
That's beauty.
That is just huge. That's
beauty.
Gotta be 15 inches. I mean, these fish are coming and they are
so heavy too.
And we are so left alone. Another thing we're doing is we're using Acme spoons, little tiny spoons. This spoon right here, this one we're using today, this orange with the gold back on it, tipped with a minnow, it's just been destroying these fish.
Gogebic is the largest lake in the UP, and with 38 beautiful miles of shoreline, plenty to offer any fan of the outdoors, even in the dead of winter.
JT snare rod doing its job.
For the Super Yoopers, a day on this frozen slab means giant jumbo perch and much more.
They're just been beast. That is a beautiful fish. Absolutely.
The passion for ice angling for me is that it's the next big fish. I mean, you never know what you're gonna get, and figuring out exactly what they eat to the micro plankton and all the other small little things they eat that they just suck in that we really don't see in the water. When you start figuring it out, it's almost a science. It gets you.
It's the hunt.
Yeah,
it's always the hunt for us, whether it's hunting for fish, hunting big game, small game, whatever it is.
It gets to that where you're so in tune with what's going on the bottom of the lake, you actually can vision that in your mind. I mean, it's food sources that we're chasing in the wintertime, figuring these fish out, what they're eating or what their pattern is. So I mean, it takes a lot of work, a lot of time, but once you do that, it's so rewarding. If we know we're on big fish,
right,
we'll grind away on them.
Well, we rather chase, bigger fish.
Yeah, we necessarily won't have
most of the time.
We won't have a pail at the end of the day.
Right.
But what we have is just, they're enormous. We do a lot of catch and release, but we're after a lot of times quality. I mean, yeah, it's great. We can run out and get a fish fry anytime we want a fish fry. That's pretty easy to do. But when we're grinding away and fishing big fish, it's just, that's what we're after, these big fish. So you might only get 4 or 5 bites a day, and you have to capitalize on them. And that's having the right gear, the right electronics. I mean, Vexilars came a long way. I mean, they're such a neat unit. I mean, the 28's a machine that you can actually tell when the fish is coming up. Almost, you know if they're going to eat.
When you know that fish is down there, it makes a difference in how and what you're doing.
You can interact with them, and you can figure them out by how they want it, present it to them to get them to eat it.
It's been said that in life, as well as in the outdoors, the journey is the destination. When Super Yoopers returns, a variety of ways to get back into the winter woods to reach the best ice angling in the UP. And Joe and Guy head deep into the wilds of South Dakota. We'll preview a one-of-a-kind deer hunt in Sodak. Super Yoopers, Sibley Brothers Outdoors is proudly brought to you by these fine folks. By Vexilar, by Clam, by Hayward Lakes, by Northern Clearing, and by Guy's Guide Service. Call 906-285-3179 and Guy will hook you up.